So as I said earlier, when we were founded in 1942, we had about 1,500 members, primarily veterans coming back from the Second World War. Today, the union represents nearly 20,000 members, providing a variety of services at the City of Toronto, the majority of whom are women and youth. We represent people that deliver important services like employment and social services, public health services, whether it's the Dine Safe program that was talked about earlier, but restaurant inspection, other public health services, recreation programs and childcare, planning and building, just recently reinforced with some additional positions at this budget, thankfully, bylaw enforcement, water and transportation services, administrative structures and services at the City Hall and other civic centers, long-term care homes, and social housing, and a whole host of other services. Shelters. Swimming pools. I think those are covered under recreation, but yeah, lots of services, and not all inside. And over the past 75 years, we've been providing services to our members by bargaining collective agreements that either improve working conditions, wages, and benefits, or at least protect as best we possibly can against threats to those standards. Defending members whose rights might have been violated in the workplace. Pushing back against rollbacks, privatization, contracting out when those threats come. So protecting public services our members provide. There have been a number of important historical milestones that we've been through together. And today is a launch. We'll be having more celebrations throughout this year. And today is a launch. Some of those historical moments are in the 1980s, we organized the part-time long-term care workers. A very significant milestone in the history of Local 79. And then at Amalgamation, we, along with our counterparts on the other side of the table, negotiated 27 collective agreements into one as the new City of Toronto was established. And it took 16 months, so I could actually say we're becoming very much more efficient. The right-wingers on council might like that. We've moved into our 75th year, I think, in a very strong position. We've ramped up our Good Jobs Workplace Action Campaign, where we've been going around to as many workplaces in the City of Toronto and beyond. Over the past 10 months, we've actually talked to approximately 4,000 frontline workers delivering services in the city over those last 10 months, and we're going to keep that going. And we've ramped up engagement with our allies, labor allies, and community groups around the city that are concerned that they want services to remain in place. In the past few months during the budget discussions, we've prevented the privatization of Toronto Hydro with other labor allies and with community allies. We've pushed back, and other assets, and we've pushed back on potential cuts and encouraged the city to ensure that as many services are kept in place as possible. So over the past few years, we've ramped up our member and community engagement, because this is about having stable lives and stable jobs for our members, but also having stable communities.